Hey besties, let's throw some shade, honey. You ready to get into it? I know, I know. It's where you been, friend? What's up, friend? Bestie, where you at? I know. Trust me, y'all. I got it going on over here, okay? I had a busy week, and that's good. That means the bills will get paid this month. I had to use today, which is Saturday. It's after 6 o'clock, and I am just getting myself together. I mean, I was up earlier, had some things to take care of. Was too tired to do life after lockup yesterday, so I had to do that this morning in two different parts. Just had things to do. Then I had to take a nap. Child, I had to take a nap. But I'm here and I'm ready. I got two recaps to give you. Let's get ready. Welcome, besties. You are now behind the shade, and thanks for joining me. I recap your favorite reality shows weekly. Now, baby, let's kiki and ha ha and get into another episode of The Real Housewives of Orange County, Season 19, Episode 9. Life's a beach and then you cry. Huh. Okay, besties. How would you rate this week's episode? I'm noticing a pattern here with the Housewives of Orange County. Last season it was so much of paparazzi, you're an alcoholic, and all the friction with John Jensen. It was just all of that every episode. And now here we getting into Katie lying about everything, right? Now it's Gretchen lying, Gretchen in this thing about Slade and the baby, the deadbeat daddy mess, and la 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 la, and rah 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 rah. And we got to hear this every week about Slade, Gretchen, and this whole the naked wasted party. We got to hear about this every week. And it's just like, why? Let's move along with this storyline. Um, I don't know what to rate it. Oh, well, you know what? I like Resolve. Tamra resolved her issues with Jenn and with Gretchen, regardless if it lasts or not. If you saw the previews at the end of this episode, then you know it will not last. But we got some resolve, and it can get a good 7. It can get a 7. But besties, welcome new subscribers. I see you. Welcome. Hello. Come on in. Share my videos. Don't forget to like the video. And if you're watching and you haven't subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. Yeah, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. And then make sure your notification bell is on. So that way you are notified each and every time I post my content. Let's get into it. Let me get some water. Hold on. It is a hot day in the Bay, honey. My air is on right now after 6 p.m. So back to them, not me. So apparently, women can go get testosterone implants. I was like, okay. Some things I just don't want to know. Emily, you could have spared us. Emily and Gretchen, you could have spared us. But they stick a little shot in your butt, not the hole, but it improves your workouts and it improves you. It makes you horny, in other words. Life is like a pair of Adidas. All day, I dream about SEX. Do y'all know that? Am I too old? It don't matter. I'm fun and I'm the cool kid. Okay. So Gretchen tells us that she found a doctor that also fixed Slade's his pee. Okay, because remember she broke she broke it. His Richard, his dick. It's like, okay. Gretchen and Tamra had a moment last week where they actually hugged it out, and Tamra thanked Gretchen for going to meet up with Kiki Monique. Gretchen was like, I did that for myself. And why did Tamra need to hug her and thank her for that? But Gretchen, of course, is very cautious still of Tamra. She wants to know if Tamra's remorseful or not. We'll get to why she feels that way. We'll get to the remorse part. And Emily says she's tired of them reliving 12 years ago. And I'm like, I'm with you, Emily. Like, can we let this naked, wasted party go? Did you go to the hospital? Did you not? Why is this dragging so long? Why? Why? Have a conversation or get in a boxing ring at this moment, but let it go. It is now 2025. Jenn and Katie, they meet for coffee and tea. Jenn said, honey, she wants answers. Katie tells her that the guy that Emily hired, we have seen this man on this show do a lie detector test. His name is, what is his name? John. Well, I saw another content creator, they used some footage where he did a lie detector test on Gretchen, maybe and Slade, back in the day. But Gretchen didn't hire him, Emily did. So, child, Katie is saying that Emily hired them as paid actors. Honey, she went on the website, it said it. Here, look. The lady that was giving out the results, her name was Wendy. Look. She's an actress. And I can go for that, besties, because she was very, it seemed like she had a script that she was going by. And I mean, it might be a setup that Todd, a scheme that Todd set up. It could be that. But nevertheless, so what? What is a lie detector test really going to prove? I mean, they don't even stand in courts. Not really. So um, Katie thinks she was set up by Gina and Emily. And I'm just like, well, what does them acting have to do with you getting caught in lies? If that lie detector test was rigged, or they was lying on you, or they set it up, but it doesn't make sense because those questions were anonymous and we saw the ladies writing them down, right? But what does that have to do with you lying? Because you be lying. So you trying to say they lied about your results because you was a 100% liar? It proved you are a liar. To me, that's what it proved. That's what it was giving. And Katie, how are the questions a setup? We saw them writing them down. So Katie also says that Gretchen told them that she went to the hospital the next morning after the naked wasted party. I'm so sick of this. She took a toxicology report and they found something in her blood, honey. So some kind of illegal substance or whatever. Jenn remembers Gretchen saying she felt like she needed to go to the hospital. And so it's like, okay, now she's twisting it. And it's like, come on, Jenn. Like, come on, girl. Tell us what you heard. You can't be that loopy where you just don't remember a conversation. Ask Ryan, he was there with you, right? So Katie tells Jenn that she just sits there. Like all you do is just sit there. And Jenn says that Katie, she tells Katie, well, you light fires. And then you want me to validate them. And sometimes I feel stupid, you know? So she tells Katie like she's being messy. So Katie says she's not lying and she will not take accountability for things she hasn't done. And so Jenn was like, when there's the issue. So Jenn questions Katie's friendship. And so, because she said she would have remembered if, Tamra, put all that illegal stuff in Gretchen, she would have remembered that. And especially if she did go to the hospital. And so they both get up from the table, a little uncertain about where they go from here. Jenn is like, okay, well, let me know. And Katie's like, bye. Girl, get out. No, bye. You wrong. You picking them over me. We ain't friends. So Gina's ex-husband had a heart attack, y'all. That little fine specimen. What's his name? Matt. Well, honey, he had a heart attack. And then Gina went over to his house. His wife, I think her name is Britt. She went over there bearing gifts, and they have a great relationship, co-parent relationship. Love that. Great. So Heather, Jen, and Tamra go eat. And Jen, honey, tells them that Katie says the polygraph was staged and she was set up. And so they were like, polygraphers can take a polygraph and they can act. So Heather was like, Terry DeBro, my husband, the doctor. Well, he's a doctor on TV and he's a doctor in real life. Well, yeah, that is true, Heather. But polygraphs don't hold no weight. The courts don't even, use them at all. So Jen and Tamara take a moment to talk again to try to get down to the bottom of things. So Tamara, Miss going to therapy, has taken accountability, honey. She says, yes, I effed up. I beat myself up about how I acted at Katie's house. Oh, you do? About the FBI and calling Ryan, that all that stuff. Remember, besties? So Tamara says she's sorry. And she says that I'm in therapy and I'm deep diving into my old stuff. And I don't even want to get into all that, but I'm unpacking things. Jen says, what did Jen say? Jen says, check your pattern, because your old self got you crying wolf. You got to get it together, ma'am. So stay in therapy. Don't miss an appointment, okay? So Tamara's like, I apologize. Jen says she wants to believe her. She'll be cautious. She's going to be cautious like Gretchen is cautious. And then they hug it out. And so Jen says, don't do that to me anymore. And she's like, I won't. Okay, don't do it. I'm Tamara. I'm not playing with you. Don't do it again. Do you understand? I said, Jen is standing 10 toes down this season. Okay, girl. So Emily, Gina, and Shannon go shopping. Emily tells them that Jen called her and told her Katie said the polygraph tests were fake and all the people were hired. And the questions were written down by all the ladies. So we don't understand what you're talking about. You are a liar. Okay? So Luke calls Emily and he wants to take the dog out for a walk. But Shane went to go get their daughter. She's like, wait till your dad gets back. He's saying he's going now and he's talking in a baby voice. And it makes Emily upset because, she has parent grief. And then her and Shane are kind of butting heads about how to parent Luke. And so he doesn't want to go to school. He's talking like a baby. He's not listening. He wants to be up under her. And so the beat goes on. Emily, hang in there. Shane, hang in there with Emily. So at Katie's, she tells her husband, Matt, that she hasn't talked to Jen and she misses her. She says she was defending Gretchen and, she's like, well, they both hate Tamra and will not tell the truth at all. Like they rather live in this lie than that's just how much they can't stand Tamra, okay? Goodness. So Matt says, he has so many calls from Slade, and they was looking at the phone, child. He said all these calls and saying that, Gretchen is gonna deny everything. Slade was telling Matt that Gretchen is gonna deny everything that they all spoke about at Maestro's. And so Matt says, Slade is trying to manipulate them. And Katie needs to hold the line. Remember, Slade told Katie to hold the line and stay with Gretchen. And who cares? Like, y'all bringing up, you come on the show, and I was so happy to see Gretchen because I really liked her. But your debut, your comeback, your second win, your come again is just not giving, Gretchen. Everything is falling flat. Even your old hairstyles falling flat. Just will you come back? Clearly you're going to take Katie's place because we probably won't see her till later on. And we got to talk about stuff that happened 12 and 13 years ago about, oh my God, I didn't want Slade. I didn't want Slade. And we even got Joe. Joe is married. Why we can't get Joe? Joe, please help us. Joe, go home. Talk to your husband. Come on, Joe. I think Joe's gonna come on back. Come on, Joe. We need some kind of neutralness. This is just not giving. It's not landing. So anyway, Matt and Katie think Slade just runs his mouth so much about these housewives, and now he's trying to cover his tracks and control Jenn and Katie. And they think that they say Katie says that Slade wants to be a housewife because that's why he unemployed. And now that Gretchen is back on the show, he can be Gretchen's beep bi. He's gonna be Gretchen's Bia. Okay. So Matt says they're out to bury Tamra, and Jenn left Katie out to dry. That's what Matt told Katie. Matt confirms that Jenn and Ryan were there, and they heard all of this mess that they're denying. Katie says she misses her friend, and Matt looking at her like, for real? That lady ain't your friend. I'm your friend. Your kids are your friends. She ain't your friend. So then Katie like, oh well, it's okay with how things are, maybe because, you know, I will never be around these ladies again. And it's like, okay, bye, Katie. Bye. Go lie to somebody else, child. Go lie. Go lie to somebody else. Go find you a new group of friends. Maybe some more Asian ladies. I'm just saying. Maybe some therapy. I think she should find a therapist too and kind of uncover why she lies. And I want to like Katie. You know, she got style. She's cute. She has all the things, but just the lying is just too much. So, baby, it is Jen's beach day. Okay. And guess who's not invited? You guessed it, Katie. She's not coming. And yeah, Tamara brings Joe. Hey, girl, hey. They're like, why does she keep bringing Joe? Do Tamara have any more friends? Nope, she don't. So they play volleyball out at the beach. They got the cute little table set where you had to get on sit on a pillow. And poor Shannon, she just has no coordination. She can't hit a ball if you just had it on a string and just stopped and put it in front of her face. She just can't hit a ball. She can't bowl. She can't walk straight. She just can't put her lashes on in the car. She can't stop crying. She just can't. Poor Shannon. So they sit down to eat. And Jen, remember, this is Jen's function, right? So they have small boxes at the table. They open them up, and there are small croissants inside. And then they have platters of cheese too. And I think I saw some grapes. But there's the food is very lackluster. Okay. She tells them, hey, y'all, I'm on a budget. I'm trying to get married on the beach. Okay. Y'all know how my situation. Now, if I'd have brought some catered food out here, Heather be talking about me. Y'all be talking about me like y'all talk about that dress that they wore to Shannon's birthday party. Let's not do that, ladies. So she was like, I'm on a budget. And then, did y'all notice Heather put her head down, like laughing, trying to be like, she was trying to act disgusted. But it's like you was the main one that pointed out how much her dress cost. Was it a Dolce and Gabbana dress that you saw at Neiman's for $2,400? It was, anyway. She on a budget. You're going to get a croissant and some cheese. Now, there you go. So they go around a table and they discuss good news. What did Heather call it? Something about Good News Friday or something. So we learned that Heather's daughter has been accepted into Yale. So big ups to you, Katharina. Sophia has her first boyfriend. That's Tamara's daughter. Sophie is Shannon's daughter. Her boyfriend broke up with her. This is her first breakup. She's sad, and she's coming to join them in a minute. She's in town. And so she's gonna soak with the ladies. So Shane's dad finally came home from the hospital because he was sick, and that's why they didn't have what was that party she had last week? Ooh, oh gosh. Okay, so he's home. Who else? We got Gina's daughter. She got a kindness award in her class. Good job, baby. And Joe, she says, honey, her and her husband, they're going to go ahead and try and have a baby at 44 years old. Joe, oh my gosh. Well, that's good because your last husband is a deadbeat, honey. Matt's wife is there too. And she says she's thankful that Matt survived, and I'm talking about Matt as in Gina's ex-husband, not Katie's husband, because they're both named Matt. So her name is Britt, I believe. So Britt is thankful that Matt survived his heart attack. So Jenn and Tamra are on good terms now. And so Gretchen asked, does she and Tamra need to get a mediator or something so that they can talk and become, get on better terms? And so Tamra said, we don't need a mediator. So Tamra tells Gretchen, Tamra tells us Gretchen just lied. And I'm like, lied about what? She's like, Slade did call Matt. That's what happened. Katie lies, Gretchen is lying, and Slade. She said, you can call Slade. You can call him. And so Tamara's like, you said you went to the hospital. Gretchen's like, I don't remember saying that. Sorry, I misspoke. And so they're like, yeah, let's go talk. So they get up and go sit somewhere a little far away from the girls so they can talk. So the ladies are all like, what is going on? Like, why does Tamara keep bringing Joe over here around the group? What's going on? They said, honey, to make Gretchen mad and uncomfortable, because Tamara is petty like that. Because when she don't like you in real life, honey. So Emily says, because Tamara doesn't have any friends. That's why she carrying Joe all over the show. But we just saw Joe. So we're not like, we know Joe been lurking around because we saw her last season or the season before that. So Heather doesn't get it because what did she say? Heather doesn't get it because when she got here, she don't get why they not getting along, because when she came onto the show, they were friends. They would hang out. She talking about Tamara and Gretchen. And then even when Tamara got married, Gretchen was there as a guest. They were like, was she a bridesmaid? No, Heather was the bridesmaid. Gretchen was a guest. Because maybe Joe probably was a bridesmaid. Oh, I don't know. So Gretchen is like, Tamara, you said I was cheating on Jeff. And you call Slade a deadbeat. Yeah, on your podcast, you be talking about me. Tamara was like, well, there were articles out that Slade wasn't paying child support. And what about you calling my husband gay? And so, Slade even called me fat. Child, they ran a tape from back in the day where Slade was trying to be a comedian. And remember, he said Vicky looked like a pig, I think. And then he was talking about Tamara looking like the Michelin Man. And she was a little chunky back then. They showed a picture. So it was just a lot of back and forth and back. Because, they just not taking accountability. They are just charging at each other. So Gretchen tells Tamara sorry for for reaching out to your daughter. Sorry for doing that. Okay, good. Gretchen wants Tamara to apologize too, though. And so Tamara's like, I would, but you won't let me talk. All this back and forth and back again. You trying to get what you want to say out, and I'm trying to communicate with you. Okay, so she said, okay, talk. So Tamara's trying to tell Gretchen that our iHeartRadio writes out their headlines. And so Gretchen was like, well, you didn't have to say it. And she said, why? I didn't like you. Tamara said, Why would I edit what I say? I didn't even like you back then. I didn't care. I'm gonna say what I want to say. I didn't like you. We was not on good terms. Okay. So Gretchen was like, "Well, do you want to move forward or not?" Tam was like, "Yes, but you won't let things go, Gretchen." And I'm like, "Yes, Gretchen, because you know what? You say I was stupid. If I haven't said it, and I probably haven't, but I'm gonna say it now. Gretchen, you look stupid tripping off of something that happened so long ago. So much has happened. It's just stupid. And it's been things that ain't even like, ugh, but you've done things too, right? You've done things. So good that you come on here. You real rich coming on the show pointing your finger when people point their finger back at you. Get into it, Gretchen. I'm trying to still like you, girl, but I don't know. Did you go to the doctor? Did you not go to the hospital? Did you go see the nurse? Did you pay a copay? Girl, you don't even remember it was so long ago, huh? Let it go. Well, she told us, honey, something. Now get this, besties, get into it. She told us, honey, well, she told Tamra, because telling us is the confessional. So this was not a confessional. She told Tamra that Slade cannot get a job because of the deadbeat comment. I said, hold the line. You gonna stop lying, Gretchen. You gonna stop lying. You trying to tell me that because somebody went on a public platform years and years, decades ago, and said that Slade was a deadbeat, that's why he can't get a job? Are you sure? We ain't never known him to work since he broke up with Joe. He don't want to work. Girl, he is lying to you because he don't want to work. He want to be your B. He want to be a housewife, a house dad. They said he want to be a housewife too. Honey. He milking you. He lying. So here go Gretchen. This is my life, Tamra. His life, our daughter's life. I'm stuck with this deadbeat, this professional, no good, don't want to go get a job deadbeat. Exactly. In my words, you guys, because Slade is lying. He blowing smoke up her butt. Child, please. So Tamara was like, I stopped him from getting jobs. It's my fault. That little one comment, girl, like, you lying. Gretchen be lying. I don't know why her and Katie ain't still cool. And y'all, what I heard today was Katie only talks to Tamara out of the group of ladies. So she may not be coming back next season. I think Joe can come back. Oh, that would be a mess. But not really, because they're not really tripping with Joe, and Joe not tripping with them. So anyway, Gretchen tells Tamara 100%. So Tamara's like, I'm sorry. And Gretchen's like, are you? She said, yes, I wasn't aware of that. I don't want to hurt you or your life. And she like, let's just have fun. I ain't got time for all this drama. Can we just have some fun? I want to have fun. Oof, that water is good, besties. So she said, yeah, let's have fun. Okay, let's go show the other ladies how to have fun. So then they hold hands and they skip back to the group looking all crazy. And Emily said, oh my goodness, the pigs are flying. And they said, hell froze over. Shannon says, well, honey, she going to continue to be an a-hole because she ain't going for this. She going to be that in this group because she ain't doing this no more with Tamara. She's done. She done step 1 through step 5100,000 with Tamara, and she knows their friendship will not last. And if you saw the previews, you know Shannon is correct. So her daughter shows up. She's sad. All the ladies talk to her. Emily decides each lady will share their worst breakup story with her. And, people were pulling from, elementary school when they were teenagers and stuff like that. And so that was the end of the episode, besties. Don't forget to like this video. Drop down in the comments. Let me know what you think. Do you like Gretchen? Are you feeling Gretchen? How do you feel about Katie? Why are they just not friends? What about Jenn jumping ship, throwing Katie under the bus. I mean, she is a liar. And how are you feeling about this new healed Tamra? Until next time, besties, have a good night. And I'll be back with another recap. Bye, besties.